What's up guys, it's Criddle here from the AnimeBallZ team with another This Is. This time, this is Sengoku Basara. Now I'm not going to pull any punches here, I'm going to get straight to the point and get straight to the action as we get
off the tracks.
So Sengoku Basara is another one of those series that is set in the feudal warring states period of Japan's history, which is all set before essentially Western influence comes into the country and it stops being all about swords and stuff like that and becomes technology and robots and stuff like that. But you can expect some of that sort of cool technological advances that don't actually exist at the time to be in this series. This is a series that stems off a bunch of games also called Sengoku Basara, and they are as over the top as this series is. Combine elements like a character that carries 6 swords held between his knuckles as if he's Wolverine, a guy that uses 2 spears, a guy who runs around standing on 2 horses, a mech, and a whole bunch of really explosive action that is way too far over the top to even be remotely plausible. Think of a series that's like Gurren Lagann, except without as many giant robots and a little bit more over the top and overtly crazy at the same time, whilst also being a little bit of a heart-wrenching series, and you see people die, so it's not a series that's happy to just, pull its punches and stray away from those sort of heartfelt moments that are gonna, have someone die. Now, the series revolves around 2 characters more than anyone else. Those 2 characters are Masamune Date and Yukimura Sanda. These 2 are essentially the blue and the red of this series. Yukimura is themed in red, as he is in every iteration of him, wearing all the red outfit, and Masamune is portrayed in blue. Both of them, Yukimura is fire and Masamune is lightning. The 2 of them clash on the battlefield. They realize that they are equals, they are rivals that should be competing against one another, and they are absolutely badass. As an aside, the voice actor of Masamune is the voice actor for Zoro, so it's a multi-sword swordsman voicing the same character in 2 different roles, with a line such as "Put your guns on!" as one of the opening lines that Zoro's voice does in the series, which is absolutely amazing. So the series follows a whole bunch of the feudal stuff that is pretty well grounded in Japanese folklore and history. The fact that Nobunaga Oda has shown up in the country and is trying to essentially crush everyone into submission, and he has storm clouds over his head, portraying him as the bad guy, the ultimate bad guy, and very early on, Yukimura and Masamune realize that they are no match for him. These are 2 guys that are happy to go into battle against one another and will stake their lives on anything, realizing that they don't stand a chance against this guy. His aura is just that powerful that it is weighing them down. But I don't want to get too much into the story of this series because, well, it's very confusing for a start, and there are a lot of characters that are in there for a little bit, they get killed off, other characters are introduced. It's very, very fast paced, and some characters stick around, some characters continue to show up and stuff like that. There is a bit of comedy involved as far as what Shingen Takeda and Yukimura have between them. It's pretty funny, essentially the father-son relationship they have. Very, very awesome series.
The good, the bad, and the dubbers.
So as far as the characters go in this series, Yukimura Sanada is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, who is the voice of Kurosaki Ichigo from Bleach, Vash the Stampede from Trigun, and Yukio Okamura from Blue Exorcist. Masamune Date in English is voiced by Robert McCollum, who is the voice of Baki from the titular series Baki the Grappler, Jelel, Seagrain, and Mr. Gun from Fairy Tail, and Mifune from Soul Eater. Uesugi Kenshin and Shingen Takeda are actually voiced by 2 brothers in this series, the Ayers brothers, Greg and Chris respectively. It's good because these 2 characters are very, very close to one another, and it's very suitable that these 2 would voice counterpart characters in a series. It's really cool to see. So Greg is better known as Goku from Sayuki, Onigiri from Air Gear, and Gunter from Dead Man Wonderland. Chris is John Doe from Dream Eater Mary, Johnny from One Piece, and Frieza from Dragon Ball Z Kai. And of course the obligatory mention of Vic Mignogna from Full Metal Alchemist, the voice of Mitsuhide Akechi in this series. He is also Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, Broly from Dragon Ball Z, and Spirit from Soul Eater. So in summation, this series is ridiculously over the top, takes stuff from other series. There is, you know, some pretty good Tengen Toppa references in here, and they're both overtly over the top, so definitely worth checking out. The series is not probably the strongest storyline, but it is amazing and I absolutely love this series. It's just one of those series you can sit down and mindlessly watch for hours. With that being said, I do give the series a 7 out of 9. The story itself, not the strongest, but the action and hilarity keeps me coming back for more. I'm Criddle, this has been Sengoku Basara on This Is, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.